This guy went into a coffee shop one day. He had just met a girl not too long before that. They had just started dating a little while back, and he couldn't get her out of his mind that morning. He was so in love with her, and he wanted to tell her that. He wanted to make all this dating official and say, like, I want to be with you. And he was contemplating all this stuff in his head while he was going to get coffee in the morning. And that morning he goes into this coffee shop and orders a cup of coffee and gets his change. And his change was like whatever, like $1 or something. And when he went to get his change, he received a $1 bill that just so happened to have the name of the girl that he was in love with written on the $1 bill. That was part of his change. And normally he would have taken that change and given it as a tip to the person at the coffee counter. But because that dollar bill had his hopefully soon-to-be girlfriend's name on it, he decided, I'm going to hold on to this dollar. I'm going to frame it or do something with it and give it to her as a gift, as I tell her, like, I want to be with you. And so he does that. And he's like, none of this is like commonly a characteristic of me as a person. Like, I don't do that. But for whatever reason, he was feeling compelled to do that. And so he did that. And later that day, he gave her this framed dollar bill that had her name written on it. And when she saw it, she just fell silent. And silent for several minutes. And it freaked him out a little bit. And he said, I got to be honest with you, this wasn't the reaction that I was expecting from you doing this. I was hoping it would please you. And she said, no, I'm so pleased. Thank you. And of course, I'll date you. Or of course, we can be a couple. And their relationship was super powerful. And within the next year or two, they got married. And several years later, after they were moving into their new home together, they ran across that $1 bill that had her name written on it. And it came to his mind that he was like, well, your reaction was so strange when I gave this to you, and I'm so pleased that you held on to this. Like, what's up? Why were you so taken aback by it? And she said, well, when I was much younger, when I was 19 years old, I got my heart broken. And I was in tremendous amounts of pain, and at one point in time I was talking to God or the great other or whatever that thing is, and I told it that I'm going to write my name on 10 $1 bills, and I want the man who marries me to give me that dollar bill to show me how much I'm loved. And it happened.